Now, the $400 million countersuit. This is from Justin Baldoni and Wayfair. That just got tossed out. This is a huge loss for Justin.
It's sure Blake Lively won her motion to dismiss in court against Justin Baldoni, and the judge threw out his defamation lawsuit. But is this it? Does it end with us, or does it end in the courtroom?
It ends with us. Released in August 2024, this adaptation of Colleen Hoover's novel about love and domestic violence was a box office smash, pulling in $50 million on its opening weekend. Blake Lively starred as Lily Bloom, a woman navigating a toxic relationship, while Justin Baldoni played her charming but troubled partner, Ryle Kincaid. Baldoni didn't just act. He directed and produced the film through his company, Wayfarer Studios, pouring his heart into a project meant to spotlight tough issues. Critics praised its emotional depth, but fans noticed something off during the press tour. Lively and Baldoni were never seen together. No joint interviews, no red carpet smiles. Social media lit up with theories. Were they feuding? Was there bad blood? Whispers of on-set drama began to spread, setting the stage for a scandal nobody saw coming. Those whispers grew louder as rumors of creative clashes surfaced. Fans on X speculated that Lively pushed for a lighter, more commercial tone for It Ends With Us, while Baldoni wanted a grittier take true to the book's heavy themes. Some pointed to a promotional interview where Lively called the film fun and hopeful, clashing with its dark subject matter, which sparked backlash from fans who felt she downplayed the story's weight. Others dug up alleged comments from Baldoni's team about Lively's appearance during reshoots, with claims of fat-shaming that fueled outrage. Neither side confirmed these rumors, but the internet ran with them, painting a picture of a fractured set. Posts on X asked if Lively's star power overshadowed Baldoni's vision, or if his directing style alienated her. The tension was palpable, and it was about to explode. Then, in December 2024, Blake Lively dropped a bombshell that shook Hollywood. She filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Baldoni of inappropriate conduct on set and orchestrating a smear campaign to silence her. Lively detailed unsettling incidents, like a slow dance scene where Baldoni allegedly lingered too close, whispering personal remarks that left her uncomfortable. She claimed he made offhand comments about her appearance and ignored boundaries, creating a hostile work environment. Worse, Lively said Baldoni's team, including publicists, planted negative stories to discredit her before she could go public. Her complaint, detailed in a New York Times article titled "We Can Bury Anyone," demanded on-set changes, like an intimacy coordinator and HR oversight. Lively's accusations painted Baldoni as a predator hiding behind his nice guy image, and the public was stunned. But the drama didn't stop there. Enter Ryan Reynolds, Lively's husband and Hollywood's golden boy. Sources claimed Reynolds stepped in during a heated meeting with producers, backing Lively's demands and allegedly confronting Baldoni directly. Some X posts suggested Reynolds used his influence to rewrite scenes, sidelining Baldoni's creative control. Lively and Reynolds, a power couple with unmatched clout, reportedly rallied their team, including publicist Leslie Sloan, to reshape the film's narrative, both on-screen and off. Fans of Lively cheered her for standing up, but others questioned if the couple's star power was being used to bury Baldoni. X-users debated whether Reynolds' involvement was protective or overbearing, with one post calling it a classic case of A-listers flexing muscle. The lines were drawn, and Baldoni wasn't about to stay quiet. In January 2025, Justin Baldoni hit back with a staggering $400 million lawsuit against Lively, Reynolds, Sloan, and the New York Times. He accused them of defamation, extortion, and a calculated plot to ruin his career. Baldoni claimed Lively exaggerated benign interactions to paint him as a villain, insisting the slow dance scene was professional and approved by the crew. His team released raw footage to prove it, though Lively's lawyers argued it showed her discomfort. Baldoni said Lively and Reynolds hijacked his film, with Reynolds rewriting scenes without consent and berating him in front of others. He also accused Sloan of feeding false stories to the press and the New York Times of amplifying them without fact-checking. Baldoni's suit painted him as a scapegoat for Lively's PR struggles, like the backlash over her promotional tone. The lawsuit was a bold move, but it came with some seriously wild twists. One of those twists? Baldoni's claim that Reynolds mocked him in Deadpool and Wolverine. The character Nicepool, a goofy, overly nice version of Deadpool, was allegedly a dig at Baldoni, mimicking his mannerisms and positive persona. Baldoni's team tried to subpoena Marvel Studios for emails and scripts to prove it, but Marvel called the claim baseless and fought back. Reynolds' lawyers laughed it off, saying Baldoni's hurt feelings didn't make a legal case. Fans on X were split. Some saw the character as a clever jab, others thought Baldoni was grasping at straws. Clips of Nicepool's scenes went viral, with viewers dissecting every line for clues. The controversy added a layer of Hollywood rivalry to an already explosive feud, and it wasn't the only celebrity cameo. Here's where things get downright bizarre. Taylor Swift. Baldoni's lawsuit briefly subpoenaed a Taylor, later hinted to be Swift, claiming she attended a meeting about Lively's script edits for It Ends With Us. Swift, a close friend of Lively's, was never formally named, and the subpoena was quickly withdrawn after her team called it frivolous. But the internet lost it. X posts exploded with speculation, from Swift ghostwriting Lively's lines to her influencing the case's outcome. One user joked, "Taylor's pen is mightier than Baldoni's lawyer." The Swift connection, however fleeting, added a pop culture twist that kept fans buzzing. It was a strange detour, but it wasn't the last surprise. The media played a huge role in this saga, especially the New York Times. Their December 2024 article, "We Can Bury Anyone," detailed Lively's allegations and quoted sources close to her, framing Baldoni as the aggressor. Baldoni's lawsuit accused the Times of reckless reporting, claiming they published unverified claims to boost clicks. He pointed to specific lines, like the article's suggestion that his team ran a smear campaign, as defamatory. The Times stood by their reporting, arguing it was protected speech. Ex-users debated the paper's role, with some calling it a mouthpiece for Lively's team and others defending its journalism. The media angle raised questions about how narratives are shaped in Hollywood, and it set the stage for the courtroom showdown. On June 9, 2025, that showdown took a dramatic turn. Federal Judge Louis J. Lyman dismissed Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit, ruling he failed to prove Lively, Reynolds, Sloan, or the New York Times knowingly spread falsehoods. The judge said Lively's statements in her complaint were legally privileged, and there wasn't enough evidence of malice from the others. Baldoni was given until June 23 to amend claims like breach of contract or tortious interference, but the dismissal was a gut punch. Lively's lawyers hailed it as a complete victory, while Baldoni's team vowed to refile.
And she celebrated by getting all dolled up. Full glam, hair, makeup, outfit. And she went to party at a Chanel party. Baldoni and parties, if they want, can file a second amended complaint, but only for 2 of the original 9 causes of action against Lively.
X posts erupted, with some calling the ruling proof of Lively's innocence and others slamming it as justice for the powerful. The decision shifted the narrative, but Lively's fight was far from over. Lively's original lawsuit against Baldoni, alleging harassment and retaliation, is steaming toward a March 2026 trial. She recently dropped 2 claims, intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, to streamline her case, a move her lawyers called strategic. 19 women's advocacy groups filed an amicus brief supporting her motion to dismiss Baldoni's suit, arguing it could deter future victims from speaking out. Their support, echoed across X, framed Lively as a trailblazer in the post-#MeToo era, but not everyone's convinced. Some X users accused her of weaponizing the movement, pointing to her promotional missteps as evidence of ulterior motives. The trial looms large, with both sides expected to testify, and the outcome could redefine their legacies. What about Baldoni's past? He's built a reputation as an advocate for women's issues, from his TED Talk on redefining masculinity to his work with Wayfarer Studios on socially conscious projects. These credentials make Lively's allegations all the more jarring. X posts have resurfaced his speeches, with some fans arguing he's incapable of the behavior Lively described, while others say even allies can cross lines. Adding to the intrigue, rumors are swirling that Lively is pushing for an It Ends With Us sequel without Baldoni, potentially cutting him out of a franchise he helped create. Sources claim she's in talks with Sony, though nothing's confirmed. If true, it's a bold move that could further damage Baldoni's career. The contrast between his past and present keeps viewers guessing. The public's reaction has been a roller coaster. X is a battleground, with Lively's fans praising her courage and Baldoni's supporters crying foul. One post read, "Blake's standing up for every woman who's been silenced," while another countered, "Justin's being railroaded by Hollywood's elite." Data from X shows thousands of posts mentioning the feud, with hashtags like #JusticeForJustin and #StandWithBlake trending in June 2025. Some speculate Lively's hair care brand and Reynolds Gin Company could take a hit if public. Sentiment sours, while others think Baldoni's directing career may never recover. The divide reflects broader debates about accountability and power, and it's not going away anytime soon. This feud isn't just about 2 stars. It's a window into Hollywood's soul. The case exposes how power dynamics shape narratives, from who gets heard to who gets vilified. Defamation law, as ex-users have noted, is notoriously tough in the US, requiring proof of actual malice that Baldoni couldn't deliver. The media's role, from the New York Times to tabloids, shows how stories can be spun before the truth emerges. And the advocacy group's involvement raises questions about whose voices matter in the Me Too era. As one X post put it, "This isn't about justice, it's about who has the bigger megaphone." The saga's implications stretch far beyond the courtroom, and they're worth unpacking. So where do we land? It Ends With Us was meant to tell a story of resilience, but it sparked a real-life drama of accusations, lawsuits, and shattered reputations. Lively and Reynolds are riding high after Baldoni's courtroom loss, but their victory could come at a cost if public trust wanes. Baldoni's fighting to clear his name, but the odds are stacked against him as Lively's case barrels forward. This saga has more twists than a blockbuster. The trial in 2026 might reveal the truth, or bury it deeper. What do you think? Will justice prevail? Or is Hollywood too broken to care? Drop your take in the comments, and let's keep this fire burning.